Today on CTV News at 5, celebrating Oktoberfest safely. The measures in place as the big Bavarian festival gets set to take over downtown Kitchener. Plus, the Toronto Blue Jays and fans across Canada celebrate their series win over the Yankees as the team moves closer to the World Series. And getting festive this fall, we get tips and tricks on how to build the best charcuterie board to wow your guests this Thanksgiving weekend. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us here. It's a big weekend for KW Oktoberfest, and it all gets underway tomorrow. While everyone is gearing up for a good time, the city of Kitchener and event organizers say they take safety and security very seriously. CTV's Jeff Pickle joins us with more on this. Jeff, this includes the use of a new safety device.
Well, Leanne, no one wants to ever think bad things are going to happen, but for planners of large events like KW Oktoberfest, they have to plan for everything. So they have installed new barriers called MIFRAMs designed specifically to stop a hostile vehicle in its tracks. Now, they don't look imposing, but these MIFRAM barriers are specifically designed to stop a vehicle. Over the last few years in Canada and around the world, there have been an increased incidence of people using vehicles as a weapon, specifically in large crowds. Event organizers say these barriers are easy to maneuver in case police or paramedics need to get through, but they're also very effective. The City of Kitchener says the use of all these barriers is part of being responsible event planners.
I think people are saying, wait a second, I feel safe knowing there's something here. I'm going to be on the other side of this fence. We're aware that there's 25, 30,000 people, and we're responsible for them.
And as mentioned, massive crowds expected to be down there tomorrow and all weekend. And of course, Leanne, you'll be down there hosting the 5 show as well. And Oktoberfest planners say they want us all to just have fun while they take care of safety and security concerns. Leanne?
Hey, it's good to know it is top of mind at an event this big, but Jeff, it will certainly be a great time down there tomorrow. Thanks so much. We are hearing from Conestoga College President John Tibbetts for the first time in many months. He testified at a federal parliamentary committee this afternoon. We go to CTV's Tony Grace live in studio for a closer look at this and more. Hi, Tony.
Leanne, thank you. Good afternoon. Tibbetts appeared at the federal committee that's reviewing the international student program and study permits. He faced criticism over the college taking in 84,000 international students over a 4-year period. Members of Parliament raised concerns that the community could not support such rapid growth, especially when it comes to housing. Well, here's a portion of one of today's exchanges.
So is it safe to assume that you were more concerned with the potential revenue from these students than with the living conditions of the students?
It was never our intention. It was not the money. I know that one gentleman was talking about the funding. That's not what why we grew the international. We grew the international because we don't have enough domestic students to fill the jobs in our region.
CTV's Krista Simpson will have more on this tonight at 6. Also tonight, students at Conestoga College calling for a partial tuition refund, saying they're paying for a full education but only getting part of it because of the support staff strike. They're trying to bring attention to students' concerns around the province and get the parties involved to move forward with negotiations.
We don't have a seat at the table. We're not a part of the negotiations. So we have become collateral damage in all of this. And as much as we can respect and reserve the rights for them to unionize and for them to strike, we are within our rights fully to come forward and say that this is now so prolonged that it's affecting us negatively and we need change.
CTV's Alexander Hollick will have more details, including the college's response at 6. For now, Leanne, back over to you.
Okay, Tony, thanks very much. And as we turn to take a look at the forecast, of course, Alex, we have to talk about tomorrow's forecast. That's what we're watching for with all the Oktoberfest celebrations. You and I are going to be down there hosting the official keg tap around 11:30 tomorrow morning.
Bright and early we're going to be heading down, and good news for us, it looks like that sun is going to be sticking around. We should be hitting a high at this point, 18 degrees.
Nice.
So
love it.
Still feeling a little bit more like fall, or warm fall, if you will, but early in the morning hours, that's when it's going to definitely feel a little bit chilly out there. And speaking of chilly, getting into the overnight, we could be going down to a low of 0, which, yes, puts us in a risk for frost And that frost advisory is still in place for some areas, and more specifically south of us, as you can see here. So really this advisory is issued when temperatures are reaching that freezing mark during growing season. So areas in particular where they are still growing, because crops that are frost prone could be at risk. So something to keep in mind if you are going to be in those areas. But looking at our satellite and radar map, nice clear sky out there right now. Feels a little bit cool with that breeze, but pretty nice in that direct sunlight. And taking a live look outside this afternoon from Charles and Gaukel Street in downtown Kitchener, we are feeling that Oktoberfest excitement. So yes, lots to look forward to tomorrow. And the weather seems to be holding up, which is good news.
Okay, can't wait. Let's take a look at some of those details for tomorrow. Official keg tap at Carl's Air Square in downtown Kitchener. The pre-show begins at 11:30 before the keg is tapped by none other than Stephen Page and Chef D. You definitely don't want to miss that. There's plenty of festive events to follow throughout the day and all weekend long at Willkommen Platz as well. Stay with us.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
Fall is such a great time of year for hosting, and it is Thanksgiving weekend. So you may be having some friends and family in. You might not know what to make, but we've got you covered. Sanam from Grazing Daisy, the owner of Grazing Daisy, is here with us today. It's great to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's great to be here again with you, and I'm so excited to make a fall board together.
You are the master of charcuterie boards. I'm sure this is a busy time of year for you.
It is quite busy, yeah, but I love it. I love making fall boards, so I'm so glad we get to do it together.
Me too. I'm excited. You'll have to tell us what are all the things that we need to make our fall Thanksgiving board complete.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a lot of things going on here, but one of the main things when we are talking about a fall board is like good aesthetic and making sure it's warm and cozy. So right ahead of the weekend, if you are looking for some amazing products, I've got everything here from our local farm boy in Cambridge. So I'm going to walk you through some of the different elements. And the one thing that I'd like to talk about first, because I think it sets the tone of the board, is grapes.
Okay.
Because in the spring and summer, we usually go for the green grapes. But right now around this time, when you look at the aesthetic of a board, you want it to feel very warm and inviting. So we opted for red grape here, and I like to put in golden berries. Have you ever had a golden berry?
I've never had a golden berry.
Okay, this is a nice little trick, because to switch out from something like a raspberry, which is more like summery, I want you to go ahead and you can try one of those, and then just kind of sprinkle it on the board.
Too.
They are cute. They're a little bit sour, a little bit sweet. They're surprising. So it's a fun addition because your guests probably don't know what it is, but
it's kind of giving me like tangerine flavor.
Yes, but
I really like it.
Super mini. So if you want to go ahead and just sprinkle some of those around the board, you're going to see instantly how we already have some color and some pop by putting those cute little golden berries.
Okay, now is there a technique for people when they're making these at home? Like, should I be clumping them together?
Yeah, I would kind of, actually exactly what you're doing it perfect. And what I would do is that towards the end, I'd probably go in and slice a few of them in half, and then you could have some open. But what you did was perfect.
Well, that's because I've gotten a lot of tips from you in the past, so I kind of know a little bit about what I'm doing now.
Don't spraddle everything. Keep it clear and concise.
Exactly. Okay, we've got some cheeses, we've got some meats. I see you have a little something for me to work on over here too.
Yes, we're gonna get to that. So we're gonna have you. So I've already made a couple of them, but I want you to see if you can try to test them out, because they're really simple, and I think you're going to do a great job. So let's start with Boursin pumpkin, okay? So the flavor that you have here is a fig and balsamic, which is a really, really nice flavor. So what you're going to do is we've just put this in saran wrap into a ball shape, and you're going to take the twine and you're going to kind of like
wrap it around.
Wrap it around, yes, halfway. So I kind of made the first little indent for you.
Yes, you got me started here.
So you're gonna pull it so you can get a nice line. Not too hard, you don't want to cut it in half, but just a nice, perfect. And then now you're gonna let go and turn it a little bit to the side. So you want to do 3 of these in total.
Okay. I'm just having a little bit of a hard go here. Okay, there we go.
Just
I see.
Trust the process. As you do it, you can see that the pumpkin is starting to form. It's a cool little trick. It works really well when the boursin is cold, so you can do it right out of the fridge and then pop it back in the fridge if you need to.
So just for reference, for everyone looking here, and you can see that starting to really take shape there, but just for reference, this is exactly what we're making here. So I love that this looks like something that takes so much time and is so intricate, but as you can see.
It's so
kind
simple.
of as easy as, I think I could do a little bit better on that one, but if I had a little bit more time and I wasn't under stress, I would do better.
You're doing great. And you could pop in, I just put a little pretzel piece there, or you could even do it like a string of rosemary. And
it's so cute. And it's such a good addition to the fall theme that we're going for.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So that's our pumpkin.
We're also going to be making this maple leaf brie.
Yes, this is also really simple. It looks super fancy, but it's so simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your little cheese slicer and you're going to slice the brie right in half.
Okay. How do you hold this like this?
You can hold the brie, and then there you go. You slice it all the way down the middle. And the nice thing about this is that you're really cute.
I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know.
You got it.
Okay. Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
Okay.
And then you're just going to pop off the top.
Perfect.
And you're going to put this face down over here.
Okay.
And then you're going to take your little cookie cutter and you're going to cut this side. So let's move this one to the side. You're going to put this down and put the cookie cutter on top and push all the way through.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Here we go.
And essentially you're going to pop that part out.
Okay.
And you can do so many fun things with this. You could do a little pumpkin cookie cutter over the Christmas holidays. You can do little different themes there as well, little snowman.
You can even add this to your board.
You can put it on the board wherever you would
put
like.
it on our board here.
That's a lot better than the one that I made earlier.
And this, of course, is going to turn into that for everyone watching if you're making that. That one's actually really easy.
Yeah, that was easy, and I put some fig jam in there. So if you want to have a little taste test, that is exactly what's there.
That is our, there we go.
Yeah,
that's right there. I'm going to save this one for a little bit later when we're all done.
Yeah.
It'll be my final taste. I also just want to know some tips for everyone at home. When you're building this board, you've made it look absolutely beautiful. What are the keys here?
So you want to have a variety of cheeses. You want to have a good variety of the meats as well, and focus really on flavors and textures. What's going to pair well together? So over here we have a maple butter and we have a smoked turkey as well as a roast beef, again to lean into the Thanksgiving weekend coming up. So kind of balancing all the different elements is really important, and then the overall aesthetic, of course, as well, keeping that in mind.
Okay, well, you know, my favorite part about charcuterie is, of course, who you share it with as well. This is such a great way to host this Thanksgiving long weekend. You can enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, enjoy some delicious eats, and have everyone fawning over you for making such a beautiful board. Sanam, thank you so much for coming in, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you as well.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Conditions out there today. Of course, a little bit cooler than what we've seen over the past little while, but we're not complaining. It feels like warm fall, which I know you love.
Yes, I do love it. Throw in a couple layers, some nice sweaters, but this is actually what it should be feeling for this time of year. We're just not really used to it because we started off the week where it felt like 29, almost 30, so
crazy.
Felt more summer-like. But yes, definitely feeling that breeze and a little bit of cool down in the air, and especially for Oktoberfest celebrations tomorrow, which we will be downtown Kitchener for. Conditions are looking pretty nice.
Get excited.
We sure are. Okay, speaking of downtown Kitchener, here's a live look from Gaukel Street featuring that deconstructed Hearts Play area. And it looks like a couple kids are taking advantage of the nice weather and enjoying that as well. This area closed off as staff get ready for the Oktoberfest opening ceremonies getting underway tomorrow and all those celebrations. So lots of work going in behind the scenes for that. So it'll be a beautiful, beautiful day in store as well. Mother Nature giving us a bit of a treat, and before any rain comes our way, which we'll get into in just a moment. But getting into your overnight, we do want to highlight again the risk of frost. So you may have woken up, I know I did this morning, my car did have a light dusting of frost out there, excuse me, as we dip down here in KW below that 0 degree mark. So we're expected to hit another low of 0, but we are not under that frost advisory. Everywhere in the blue here, similar to yesterday, this advisory is issued when these temperatures are reaching that freezing mark during growing season in particular. So this is criteria for areas that are really going to be impacted in terms of what kind of crops they are growing, for example, because this frost may damage crops. That said, if you are in KW, even further north, Mount Forest, Barrie, for example, expected to still see a little bit of a risk of frost as we dip down to 0 degrees. We are just not under that particular advisory from Environment and Climate Change Canada. So looking ahead to the rest of the evening, pretty nice conditions, clear sky expected for us. But again, that cool down we should start to notice after we get into that past 6 o'clock. So really it's Saturday getting into Sunday. This is when we could see a little bit of wet weather headed our way. For Saturday, we're seeing about a 40% chance of showers at this point. 30 when looking at Sunday, and a little bit more cloud cover expected to build up as well as we get into the overnight hours starting on Friday. Temperature-wise, 13 degrees. That is our daytime high. We did hit that this afternoon here in KW. 11 in Hamilton and Toronto, so slightly cooler there. If you're in Sarnia, Ridgetown, London, seeing about 14 degrees. So many of us are back into that seasonal territory at this point. Overnight, as we mentioned, 0 degrees. Clear skies are expected low. And then looking at tomorrow, 18 degrees is our expected daytime high, mainly sunny sky. And when looking at that UV index in particular, it is a little bit lower compared to what we saw earlier in the week. So we've been sitting at a 4 for a couple of days now, which is considered moderate. And then when we look at your almanac here, so again, that low 0, we are definitely below seasonal. So we should be sitting around that 4-degree mark or so. Record high, 29 degrees. That was set back on this day, 1949. And we're not going to get as cool as it was on this day in 1929. Minus 8.3 was our overnight record low back then on this day. And that sun setting, I know it's kind of sad. We're in that 6 o'clock hour now. 6:49 p.m. is when that sun is officially going down. So mainly sunny skies we saw for your Friday, and then a little bit of wet weather as we start your long weekend. And at this point, we're just seeing some cloud cover for your Thanksgiving Monday with a high of 17.
And here's what's trending today. The Toronto Blue Jays are preparing for the American League Championship Series after last night's full team effort to eliminate the Yankees.
1-2 pitch. Got him! Jeff Hoffman strikes out Cody Bellinger, and the Blue Jays have done it. They have knocked off the New York Yankees. They have won their first playoff series since 2016, and they are going to the American League Championship Series.
You can feel those celebrations. Toronto using 8 pitchers in the game, all of them relief pitchers, in a game full of stress and drama. The Jays were overjoyed in the visitors' clubhouse at Yankee Stadium after sealing the deal. What a night it was.
A game full of stress and drama. Ain't that the truth? That's exactly what it was. Of course, baseball fans all across the country so happy with this outcome. No more stress till the next series.
No more stress.
And then it begins once again. If you can get a ticket to that, you're lucky, because heard those tickets are going for a pretty hefty price at this point.
Oh, they sure are.
Okay, still ahead, revitalizing Brantford's downtown core, the multi-million-dollar project, and what it's focused on. We'll have those details coming up.
And here's what you need to know. Come on down to the Oktoberfest Thanksgiving Day Parade Monday. The parade starts at the corner of Weber and Frederick Streets in Kitchener at 9:30. Oktoberfest officials also still looking for volunteers to help hold signs and be parade marshals. If you're interested in taking part, you can head over to the KW Oktoberfest website. Stay with us.
The 3-week trial of a Kitchener man accused of murder in a triple stabbing is nearing its end. The Crown and defense made their final submissions to the judge today, who will ultimately decide Dylan Moreira's fate. Several witnesses took the stand over the course of the trial, including Moreira himself. To catch up on all the history of the case and the testimony, our online team has you covered. CTV News Kitchener.ca. Police in Brantford say they've shut down an illegal magic mushroom store for a 4th time. The store on Murray Street was searched once again Friday, where police say they seized more than $25,000 of illegal psilocybin and arrested a 39-year-old Brantford woman for trafficking. Police underscoring that the sale and purchase of magic mushrooms remains illegal and can result in criminal charges. Ontario's measles outbreak that began almost a year ago is now over. Public Health Ontario says it made the declaration Monday following national guidelines At that time, 46 days had passed since someone linked to the outbreak developed a rash. No new cases have been reported in recent weeks. The spread started last October, linked to someone who got measles in New Brunswick. Nearly 2,400 cases were reported in that time, with 165 requiring hospitalization. 95% of those patients were not immunized, most of them aged 19 and under. One baby died in southwestern Ontario after the mother was infected with measles and gave birth prematurely. Work has officially begun on phase 1 of Brantford's $50 million project to revitalize the downtown core. The focus for now is Brant Avenue and ICOM Drive. Part of the project focuses on upgrading underground infrastructure like sewers and water mains. Officials say the downtown area will be a better place for residents and tourists to visit.
We're going to have more trees. We're going to have proper drainage for those trees to make them sustain. We're going to have new street lights, new infrastructure throughout the downtown to really beautify that downtown. So we hope to make the downtown a destination place.
Work is expected to be complete by 2029. The University of Waterloo officially breaking ground today on a cutting-edge laser facility. The infrared-free electron laser user facility is being built as the first of its kind in North America. The goal is to support a range of research applications from health to the environment. The facility is scheduled to open in 2028. Looking through the lens of those living with Down syndrome, the I Belong campaign showcases a series of images that capture interests and insights of people living with the condition. Lived experiences from people who participated created positive imagery. The Wellington Waterloo Down Syndrome Society is releasing its 2026 calendar next month.
I like to be on the calendar. It's my favorite place to be on.
For the last 11 years, we've used these photos to help shift perceptions and open conversations between our communities and people with Down syndrome.
You will be able to purchase the calendar next month through the WWDSS website. And Ashley Bacon will bring us more on this story coming up in the next hour on CTV News at 6. So we will leave it there. A reminder, we are going to be downtown Kitchener and bring you the show from Vilcom and Platts tomorrow on CTV News at 5. So we'll see you back here then from all the Oktoberfest celebrations. Have a great night.